Good morning. Good morning. Happy August 11th. 8/11. It's a good number. Man, I've come to realize that we have lived in a world for quite some time when you are someone that chooses to operate in good intentions, good morals and values and integrity and expectations for yourself and expectations of others. You hold yourself accountable. Once you start holding yourself accountable, you feel at a stronger foundation to hold other people accountable because you're holding yourself accountable. So the balancing of the scales are equal duality there, right? And as I've grown and as I've healed in the last couple of years and holding myself accountable, I feel at a stronger place to hold other people accountable because I'm holding myself accountable. I know my performance. I know my capabilities. I know what I bring to the table. And I don't need people to tell me those answers. I already know it. I just know it. Every beacon fiber bone in my body, because I know. Because I know the efforts I put into everything that I do. I put in a lot of efforts. I put a lot of efforts into my friendships. I put a lot of efforts into the businesses that I work for. I put a lot of efforts into my family. I put a lot of efforts into my son. And I put a lot of efforts into just being a good Samaritan, living by the law and doing right by people. Not trying to step on people, not trying to side angle things, not move in jealousy and envy and hate and weird, peculiar, unbecoming behaviors. I just don't see where there's a win in anything when you're moving and operating in those. I don't see where there's going to be a positive outcome for you or for the other person when you're moving and operating in disingenuousness or hidden agendas or side angles, innuendos. It's one of those things. We live in a world now where there's just so many people that choose by choice to operate in these things. And you can see it. You can see it so clearly. And you can see it so evidently, and it's hard to see. It is hard to see when it's blatantly in your face. I could see a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of videos in reference to playing dumb. You play dumb so well. I don't ever look at it as me playing dumb. I don't generally choose to play dumb. It's not that by any means. Honestly, I choose to give people grace. I choose to give people mercy. It's not that I don't see things or I don't have discernment in things or I don't have intuition in things, because believe me, I surely do. I just choose to give people space. And that's something I've learned in the last few years because I've went down the rabbit hole with certain individuals and I've attempted to try to speak my truth and come to an understanding, right? But I was always met with deflection, manipulation, gaslighting, and reversal, essentially. And so I started picking up on those things and I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. So then I learned how to gauge conversations. Not only do I give people space, and I don't judge, I do not judge, and I'm not playing dumb. I just pick conversations and I move accordingly. I figure out where I land on the conversation, if it's worth my time, if it's worth my debate, if it's worth me inserting myself. Because a lot of the times what I've picked up is there's just people in this world that have already have their preconceived notation of you. They've already got it thought out in reference to who you are and everything. They've already got it figured out, and their ears are closed. They are closed. And so it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, you know? And so if you classify that as playing dumb, I guess so. But in my mind, it's just learning how to operate in a world and picking your battles. Picking your battles. You know, you start picking up on people that are moving in their ego. And when people are moving in their ego, it's not worth the disagreement. It's not worth the argument. It's not worth going blow for blow with somebody that's operating in their ego. You can't operate in your ego. You can't argue with somebody that's operating in their ego. It's going to be a waste of time. I can assure you of that. It's going to deplete your energy. And it's going to make you feel less than what you are. And you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. So why put yourself in a position when you already know going into it what it is? You already know. It's already been shown to you countless times. Countless times. And so that's when you start learning. You start learning these lessons of life in this world that we all find ourselves living in. And it's just one of those things, you know. I was just thinking about it. Since 2015, I've worked at 3 establishments. And my day job. All right. And all 3 of them have been very similar in very many ways. I've learned a lot. From all 3 of them. For sure. But since 2015 to now, it's 2026. That's 11 years, 3 establishments. You start picking up on the patterns. You start picking up on the synchronicities of things. You know, you keep doing. This is what I don't understand about people. You keep doing the same things. You keep doing the same antics. You keep doing the same illusions. You keep trying to dig the same hole to create your narrative or solidify narratives on the back end. Because you could see that. You could see that so often enough. People do these hidden agendas or these illusions or these tactics, but the whole reason as the back end as to why they're doing this, it generally stems from solidifying their narrative that they've drum up in their head to give a green light for the choices that they make. That's generally where it comes from, truthfully. And the hardest thing for me when I pick up on these types of situations and circumstances that I find myself in is just the presence of the religious aspect of it. Because like for me, my faith, my religious beliefs, my spirituality is, I mean, it's like my whole heart. It's like my whole heart, you know? And so to see the misuse of that to create and give green lights to unbecoming characteristics is like crazy to see. It's crazy to see because we're talking about religion. We're talking about religious beliefs. We're talking about something sacred. And it's in the presence. I mean, it's just everywhere right now. And it's just absolutely crazy to me what society and humanity is becoming in different ways. And to think that there's not going to be a huge unveiling or fall, it would be oblivious to the obvious, truthfully. And so I just say this. I don't think it's a matter of playing dumb. I think it's a matter of learning to move wisely. Understanding the world that you live in, the reality that you find yourself walking through on the daily basis. And figuring out how to move accordingly and understanding your worth and your value and deciding who deserves it and who deserves to be a part of it and who deserves your time and who deserves your efforts and who deserves your work performance, especially when you stand on it. You stand on it and you give 150%. All day, every day. All day, every day. And so it's one of those